Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
López, I mean, I thought the ball was coming out really well, but it was just location. You know, he's missing in some bad spots, and gave him some hits. But you know, the stuff was good, probably as good as it's been. But again, you know, it's about location. So yeah, and you know, we didn't get a whole lot going offensively. Jarvis played a nice game on both sides of the ball. But yeah, you know, you get behind on that team with that bullpen they got. It's a tough assignment. So and I think we had 4 hits again tonight, but the offense been playing well. But you know, not much to speak of tonight.
For López, do you think it's, or let's just say, how do you think he's progressed since he moved to the rotation?
Well, I think for the most part, it's been positive. You know, like I said, I thought tonight he was throwing the ball as well as he had. I mean, I think even later in the outing, you know, out to 98, so the velocity was good. Threw some in the middle innings there, threw some really good sliders, hard sliders. We got some miss on, but at the end of the day, I think it was just you know, missing in some bad spots.
What would you say was your overall assessment of JR's performance today coming out of the bullpen?
Yeah, JR did a good job for us. I mean, in a game like that, you want to stay away from some guys, and you know, JR gave us some length there. You know, got us I guess through 8, but you know, he did a nice job. You know, and he's a young pitcher. I mean, he's a talented kid. But at 22 years old, there's always more development out in front of a guy. You know, but I've talked about JR a lot and how he has the makings of a good major league starter. You know, but he did a good job for us tonight.
With Waldrop going down, do you even talk about Fuente stretching out?
No, we haven't had any of those conversations. Yeah, you know, there hasn't been any of that talk.
When you draw 8 walks tonight, I think, is it even more frustrating offensively not catch those walks in?
Yeah, I think we walked 6. They walk 8. Yeah, look, we didn't. You know, Jarvis had the 2-run double or triple, whatever it was, but just couldn't string anything together. You know, I think 4 hits overall. You know, just couldn't string anything together to put together a big inning.
Have you decided on a starter for tomorrow?
Yeah, it'd be Martin Perez.
Is Martin going to be in a pitch count tomorrow?
I mean, you know, not all pitch counts are created equal, but yeah, I mean, it's not like he's going to go out there and throw 100 pitches. You know, we'll have it'll be a little bit shorter leash than that, but yeah, we'll just watch the game, and you know, he'll let us know.
On the positive note, Jim Jarvis, as you mentioned, just keeps hitting. What are your thoughts on?
Yeah, just you know, just a good player, man. You know, I think he's a high IQ kid, baseball IQ kid. Like for instance, he gets up there and we're playing from behind, so he goes deep in the count, draws a walk. It's just little things like that. You know, whether it's on a relay or starting a double play, he has a knack for playing the game the right way. He's making a good impression.
With Elder pitching well last night, and you know, López being decent here, how confident are you, or that your rotation will kind of do what it needs to do the rest of the way?
Yeah, I've talked about how good our rotation was early. You know, nothing was really clicking in June for us in any aspects, but you know, these guys are all capable of being good major league starters. So that's what I expect, you know, the rest of the way.
Alex mentioned the other day briefly the possibility of Ronald being activated this homestand. You have any?
And no word on that. he was playing tonight. They were off yesterday, so you know, a lot of that's just dictated by how Ronald looks. You know, how he performs. We want him, when we get him here, we want him to hit the ground running. We want him, you know, to be the force that he always is, and not try to find his timing for a week or 10 days before it clicks. So a lot of it is just based on what it looks like down there on his rehab assignment.
All right, thanks, Walt.
Thank you.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.